Welcome to the Neuro-Ophthalmology Reading Centre training video for resegmenting disc volume OCT images. This video is part of the Neuro-Ophthalmology Reading Centre training suite and should be used alongside the standard of procedure documents and clinical research forms for your study. Resegmenting the inner limiting membrane layer. If the automated segmentation is not satisfactory for the ILM layer, the segmentation lines will need to be manually adjusted. To help visualize the required structures, increase the contrast of the OCT by clicking the Brightness and Contrast button and using the OCT slider to increase the contrast to the maximum setting. Click OK to apply the changes. To manually adjust the segmentation lines, begin by clicking on the Edit Layer Segmentations icon. Isolate the ILM layer by choosing the appropriate box from the list on the left-hand side of the screen. Select the circle tool using the icon at the bottom of the screen. Starting with the most inferior scan line, scroll through the B-scans until you reach the first failed ILM segmentation. Using the circle tool, either above or below the segmentation line, modify the line by accurately tracing along the desired layer. The segmentation line should adhere to the layer, discounting any abnormalities, such as Bergmeister's papilla. This should be repeated for each B-scan where automatic segmentation has failed. Once the segmentation for all B-scans has been adjusted, click the Save and Close button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Resegmenting the base membrane layer. In volume scans of the optic nerve where papilledema is present, the base membrane signal below the area of swelling is occluded. Isolate the base membrane layer by choosing the appropriate box from the list on the left-hand side of the screen. Starting with the most inferior scan line, scroll through the B-scans until you reach the first failed base membrane segmentation. Select the Node tool from the menu at the bottom of the screen. These will appear along the segmentation line as red markers. Identify the node closest to the last visible position of the base membrane on the left-hand side of the image before the area of occlusion. Left-click and drag the node to the point that the base membrane signal is lost. Repeat this on the right-hand side of the image. Right-click on the nodes in between these two points to delete them, thus leaving a consistent, flat segmentation line in the occluded area. This should be repeated for each B-scan where the automatic segmentation has failed. Once the segmentation for all B-scans has been adjusted, click the Save and Close button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Determining maximum height. Use the Thickness Profile tab to review all the B-scans in the resegmented image. Identify the B-scan that subjectively appears to have the thickest profile. Drag the green marker to the position where the disc appears to be at its highest point and make a note of the measurement next to the marker. Repeat this for any other B scans that have a similar subjective profile and record the largest value found. Determining central thickness and global volume. To determine the central thickness and global volume, start by selecting the Thickness Map tab. The 1, 2.2, 3.45 mm measurement grid needs to be selected and positioned centrally over the disc. To adjust the grid, left-click and drag any part of the grid until centrally positioned over the disc. The average thickness grid for the current examination is now displayed in the central panel on the right-hand side. The central thickness is shown in black in the innermost circle. The global volume is displayed in the top left-hand corner in red. For full details on all aspects of OCT capture and processing, please refer to the Trial Manual of Procedures for the Neuro-Ophthalmology Reading Centre.